We say y'all. We from the other side, another type of southern rise, bound to the summertime, y'all. Oversized and televised, difficult to summarize. Ain't nothing about this kid here is small, y'all. Coming through with the draw, y'all. Chattahoochee with the cutie in a chow, y'all. Booty scooty with the watermelon crawl, y'all. Super duty, super soaker, shooting chipper walls. Might be the liquor, y'all. Gives me a thicker y'all. It's the cause for the lifting out. Soaking the sticks and laws. Hotter than a reaper sauce. Cheaping on the leaves and fall. Easy when we're speaking. So here we say, y'all.
What is up, dog?
Staying hydrated. Hydration.
I thought you were about to say staying high. And I was like, congratulations, bro.
Come on, bro. What you think this is?
Come on, bro.
Hey, how do I sound?
You sound good, man. I mean, even when you move for, like away or close, it sounds the same. I mean, you got it hooked up nice.
I'm picking up the ambiance.
Yeah, you're picking up the hell of the ambiance. A whole bunch of it.
Damn.
How's the lighting though? Is the lighting okay?
You look dead.
I look dead?
Yeah, you look like a zombie.
Really?
Your lighting's all messed up, bro.
Is it the God damn it, dude.
You look like you live inside a fluorescent light bulb snow globe with a wheat field.
Bro, I feel like that right now. I feel like I'm in a snow globe.
Bro, I think it was a really good idea for us to go out and for me to stand in the woods and for you to shrink yourself down super tiny and stand in the grass and shoot this podcast remotely like this. It's nice to be out in nature.
Bro, I didn't even think about the size relevancy between myself and wheatgrass. Like wheatgrass is real tiny. Like for me to be hanging out with wheatgrass, I'd have to be micro.
You are micro.
I know, man. God damn it. We should have chose a different background.
Next time I'm gonna be in space.
Next time I'm gonna be like in a stadium.
Bro, I think you know what I might just do?
Tell me.
I'm gonna go sit in the living room.
Oh, that's nice. You just changed it right there on the spot.
Yeah, now me, you, a giraffe, and Dusty Lee on a rocket ship are flying to Saturn, dog. What's up?
Dang, dude, you got it down like that. That's what's up.
I'm slick.
I'm gonna hang out with the wheat.
Dang,
I'm gonna hang out with the wheat. I feel cozy amongst the wheat right now. I like it. Well, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, team? How's everybody doing today? Check it out. Joe, what's up? Laura, what's up? Jason, what's up? Dina, what's up? Sierra, what's up? How's everybody doing? Damn. Look at that. Stacy, how you doing? Look, everybody's looking happy. They must have heard the new song. Y'all hear the new song?
They must have, dog.
They've heard it.
They heard it, dog. And what's really cool is that we got a video that drops tomorrow for the song, bruh.
Yeah, so we initially had the premiere set for Friday, guys. We had the premiere set for Friday, but plans changed a little bit. So we said, well, we just want to drop this thing a little bit earlier. So why can't we give it to the people tomorrow? That was a conversation held today. And tomorrow is Thursday, and 4 p.m. is the premiere of Break It Down. So I know y'all ain't got nothing going on. Share the post right now. Oh, dude, the underside of my bill is green. Look at that.
I'm gonna put the link to the video premiere on YouTube in the comments, bruh.
Put it there.
Go ahead and click that link and save it to your calendar. If I can find it here.
Laura said, having a good mango mojito in Vegas. Woo, that sounds fire. Yeah, so JT, throw the link up in there. We are dropping the music video tomorrow at 4 p.m. right until Friday. We decided to go ahead and drop this bad bitch tomorrow, 4 p.m. on YouTube. So share the post right now. Share this, share the live, share. And we are going to all go to the premiere tomorrow at 4 p.m. on YouTube. So be sure you head over to YouTube, click the link that's coming in the comments, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and set your premiere with your reminder and come watch it for us. It's 4 p.m. tomorrow. Is that 4 p.m. Pacific or Mountain? 4 p.m. Mountain?
I don't
I didn't
know
say it.
exactly. I would say if I had to guess, let's see. My gut tells me Nashville time. So what is Nashville time?
Central.
Central. So I think that 4 p.m. Central. The link is right there in the comments, and you're gonna be seeing posts about it come around noon. Let you guys know, reminding y'all we know you're busy, so we want to
Mhm.
be sure that as many people can be there to hang out with us, and that kind of leads into the other special event we got happening in the virtual world is a EP premiere as well. That's coming up like in 2 weeks. So see if I can find. There it is right there. Boom.
Boom. Less than 2 weeks. 9 days, y'all.
Yeah, man.
So check it out. 9 days from now, we are hosting the pre-party, the virtual pre-party for the Dusty Roads pre-release. The EP is going up for pre-order March 11th. We're not supposed to be talking about this, but nobody watches the podcast except y'all. So we say whatever the fuck we want.
Y'all.
You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a pre-release party on Facebook on February 25th, guys. All you got to do, literally, you can buy a ticket and sit at home on your phone and watch and hang out. We're going to go play all the songs. We're going to show you the music videos.
That's
And we're
huge. I
just
mean,
going to party.
to be able to see a music video before it releases, I think that's a pretty cool thing.
Mhm. And here's the best part. When we do the after parties on tour this year at the shows, which we haven't announced yet, but we're going to tell you guys right now since we're talking about the pre-party. When we do the after parties at the shows, the VIP after parties, I think they're $100 or $50 a ticket, something like, or $60, $100 for two people, whatever it is. I don't remember. Anybody who buys a ticket to come to the pre-release, you get to come to the VIP party for free. So you're going to save like at least $40 a ticket by just coming to the pre-release on Facebook February 25th. So even if you don't want to come to the pre-release or you got shit to do, but you want to come to one of the VIP after parties out on the road this year, all you got to do is attend this bad boy and you get in for free. What's
That's
up?
it, dog. Making it easy, dog. Making it simple. We want to be able to hang out with you guys at all these shows. I mean, it's been too long since we've been rocking out some of the venues that are coming up, and we're booking stuff on the other side of the country as well, man. We got some really cool mud parks that are coming up, and so once we release these, if you find yourself in the area, hit us up. Let us know that you were at the premiere party, and we'll hook it up for you, dog.
So March 3rd is the next show. We're playing the Black Buzzard in Denver, Colorado. From there, we're going to cruise on up to the hometown, Greeley, Colorado, for the throwdown of the century, dude. Nothing tops playing the Moxie Theater. And especially coming through with Demon, it's going to be ripping, guys. Greeley, Colorado on March 4th. Then the 5th, we head up to Mills, Wyoming for our first show in Casper Mills area. And then we come back down to Colorado Springs on the 6th, I believe, is the date there at the what's the venue? Is it not Sunshine Studio? Yeah, it is. Sunshine Studios
Yeah,
Live.
this time is Sunshine Studios Live in Colorado Springs on the
Mhm.
6th, I believe.
Yeah, so swing through. Then from there, dude, in April, well, no, March 26th. March 26th, we're playing with Wade Jennings out in Elkhart, Indiana. So get your tickets for that. It's Op One, correct? Is that the name?
Yeah, man. Op One Vet. And I'm excited about this one to break bread with Way and to let him know that we're homies. We're homies with Moonshiner Josh. I think it's gonna be a really good friendship that
And the
kicks off.
Lax.
And also, bro, that's what I was about to say. Is that Wade Jennings is signed to Dirt Rock, which are our homeboys, the Lax. And so it's just another member of the family. We just got to break bread. And what I'm super stoked about is I was gonna say something because I forgot what I was gonna say, bro.
Something about Wade Jennings and the Lax and Dirt Rock and Moonshiner Josh and shows.
Oh, I know what I was going to say is that Op 1 Vet has multiple events happening this year down in Texas, Arizona, I think. So they want to be able to have us out for all these events.
Right.
And that's going to be cool, dog. It's going to be fun. It's a
Let's throw it
good
down.
cause. The show, all the earnings from the show go towards purchasing these high-speed wheelchairs. These wheelchairs can do all sorts of things to really make someone who's handicapped from war or a veteran feel a little bit more comfortable. So that's pretty cool.
These aren't just normal wheelchairs either.
Mm.
These like race cars.
Yeah, dog. These things I think are really like classified as the future of wheelchairs.
Yeah, it's basically like a helicopter with wheels and a rocket engine.
I mean, and knowing these guys, they might, make it bulletproof.
With machine guns.
Who knows, man? So that's happening out there in Elkhart, Indiana, March 26th. So big shout out to Way. We can't wait to kick it with you, dog.
And then from there, man, we back out with Demon and Dusty Lee. We're headed out to North Carolina. Not announced yet, but we're going to announce it right now. April 23rd, we're coming to Silverados in North Carolina. We're going to play with Demon and Dusty. And then on April 30th, y'all know about the big mud show out in Kentucky. You got Savannah Dexter, Best Believe, and FJ Outlaw, I believe, on Friday night. And then on Saturday night, you got Demon Jones, Long Cut, and Dusty Lee. So we're playing April 30th.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to link up with that lineup, man. We haven't played with Savannah. We haven't played with Bravo. And we haven't played with Best Believe or FJ Outlaw. We haven't met any of these guys. And, I mean, they're crushing it. FJ Outlaw, bro, is
a beast.
It might be a dreadlock thing. I think that's what it is, man. Is that like Florida Dolph, FJ Outlaw? You know what I'm saying? It's just a dreadlock thing. You got to keep it tight.
Could be. And you're geared up. You already geared up for that.
Yes, I am. I'll be very prepared for that show.
Yeah. So y'all get your tickets. Come see us on the road. If you're looking for tickets, demonjones.com/tour is where you can find those. And if you go to our Facebook page, February 25th is our pre-release virtual party. What's up, Tyler Ackerman? He says, come to Ohio. Tyler Ackerman, one of our best friends in music. Shout out, bro. Good to see you. Y'all go give him a follow. Just click his Facebook and go follow him. Tyler Ackerman, he's the guy. Laura says, are you coming to Minnesota? I'm sure we will eventually. A lot of it depends on mandates and shit like that. So, it is what it is.
Yeehaw. Well, we got a really cool guest tonight. Brian, you want to go ahead and introduce our homie?
If
OG.
If my Wi-Fi quits going out, the Wi-Fi up here in the mountains keep going out on me. Sorry about that. Man. So a lot of y'all know that I'm kind of a gold nut. One of the biggest gold nuts in the world, not the biggest, because the biggest is going to jump on this podcast here in about 5 seconds. I'm out here in California enjoying life, mining gold, selling gold, all things gold and music, right? My life revolves around music and gold. And it's a great, great time. Well, I met this fella. He is a real OG in the gold game. He's going to be the first sponsor of the Long Cut podcast. He's a great friend of mine, great friend of JT's. I'm out here at his gold mine in California. He's the founder and owner of goldbay.com. He's a super badass. I love the guy dearly. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dave Goldbay. What's up, partner?
What the fuck is this?
What's going on, dog?
How did you guys get on my computer?
Where's your cool background? You should have like some hay bales behind you.
You got hacked.
Like I was just watching Pornhub and all of a sudden I got hacked or something.
Welcome to the live stream.
What?
Welcome.
Who's the hacker?
Joshua says circle jerk. Tyler says, is that Dave? There's Dave. Dave's the man in the building.
Small circle. Hey, anyways, thanks for inviting me. You said anything goes, so if you haven't met me yet, you just did.
Welcome to the party. Tyler says,
Yeah,
bring the
well,
gold.
it's a big party. So, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm just really thrilled to actually be joining you guys. Like, our sense of humor and camaraderie, and just the kind of Abbott and Costello type fun and humor we have. It's like, where would I be on a Wednesday night at 5:30 in the afternoon?
Right. Yeah, except the live stream, right? Let's go.
Exactly.
Good vibes only.
So, yeah,
Tyler says
exactly.
Dave is a gold god. That's facts, dude. And here's the funny thing is, like, I have my little YouTube channel, doing my little prospecting adventures and what have you. And it was always one of these things where everybody knows in the gold game, Gold Bay is the pay dirt. So you kind of got some notoriety and some fame to your name and to your brand. Anywhere you go in prospecting or gold mining or whatever it is, somebody knows you. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows Gold Bay. If you're into gold and panning gold and gold specimens and gold pay dirt, you know the name Gold Bay. So, obviously I kind of dropped the bombshell on them a little bit about, that I'm out here with you and that you're going to be sponsoring the podcast, which we'll let these people know what that means for them here shortly. But before we do that, Dave, I just want to kind of jump in and talk about you, your background, who you are, what you do, why it is you do what you do, and just tell the people about yourselves a little bit. How did it start? Where did it begin? And why are you doing what you're doing?
Well, there's there's a day that I'll never forget in my life. I was 11 years old, and my dad, he said, "Get in the car." I'm like, "Where are we going?" And he said, "You'll see." I'm 11 years old, and it's getting into spring, and I'm in my in our family car. We didn't have a lot of money back then. We had a 1965 four-door Comet, Mercury Comet, and we called it the cow because it was more rust than white. And so we're driving out of town, and I said to him again, I said, "Well, where are we going?" And he said, "You'll see." And so we drive out of town. I lived in British Columbia at the time. I was born and raised in Canada, and we went off road in the car, and we're on this really rough dirt road. And I'm thinking my dad's nuts, but hey, I'm out with my dad. It's all cool. And we drove to the end of this road, and there was 3 trucks at the end of this road. And then we hop out of the car, and my dad opens the trunk, and he hands me a rusty old steel gold pan. And so then I knew where we were going. So we walked up the stream, and about a half mile up, you could only walk up it. We got up to where these 3 old timers, I'm 11, so they're old timers to me. And they were digging this mountainside, and it was all dug by hand. And I just couldn't believe as a kid, like I couldn't believe the amount of mountain that they had moved with just shovels and picks and things like that. And so my dad introduced me to them. And then he took me down to the far end of this workings where no one was working anymore. And we bent down, and he showed me where there's this little layer of gravel on the bedrock. And he said, "This is pea gravel, and this is where the glacier deposited the gold." And so I remember digging that first pan full of gravel, and then we went down to the creek. And my dad said to me, he says, "If you want to find gold, you got to get wet." So here we are. It's spring runoff in the stream. And I sat down, put my feet in the water, I was wearing gum boots, of course. And then I started panning. He kind of gave me the basics, but he kind of let me go on my own. And I remember I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of watched him. And then I got down to where I just had a little bit of material in the bottom of my pan, but I didn't know how to finish it off. So I was a little bit scared. So I handed my pan to my dad, and I said, "Here, show me the rest." And he put a little water in it, and he swirled it around. And there were 5 little match head sized nuggets in that first pan that I ever panned in my life. And it changed my life. So my whole life, that was 48 years ago. Holy crap, I'm 59 this year. That changed my life. And ever since that day, I've been just completely addicted, obsessed, chasing gold my whole life. And, like you said, we're here at the gold mine in California, and I own goldbay.com. I started that in 99. And really the reason that I started Gold Bay was, I'm very well versed in gold and know a lot about it. And I found some man-made gold nuggets being sold on eBay as genuine nuggets. And I asked eBay to get involved in some transactions, and they said, "Well, we're not part of the transaction, so it's between you and the seller." And I just really said, "Okay, well, I'm going to do something about this." And so I started, my first website was actually motherlodegold.com. And that evolved into goldbay.com. And here I am 23 years later, one of the biggest sellers on the internet of pay dirt. And then, of course, gold mining. It's in my blood. We work underground. In fact, we found yesterday 140 feet underground, and I can't imagine doing anything else with my life besides, creating this passion for other people too. And that's why I do the pay dirt thing. It's like, I don't want people to get ripped off. I want people to really get fair value for their money and experience something that, for a lot of people, they can't experience going out in the wild gold panning, like, in Kentucky and Missouri and all those places. There's just no place to go. But, the gold shows on TV are real popular. So we've provided a way for people to experience what it's like to pan for gold.
Yep, that's good shit, bro. I love hearing that story. I've heard that story a few times, and I love it every single time because it's just so real. It's so like there's moments in your life where something will happen, something will trigger an event that will change everything.
There's a moment like that for me too. I fucked up one of my customers' orders. The next thing I know, he's moved in. It's like I double check my orders now.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah,
I remember when Brian told me, he's like, dude, I got a homie. He's out in California. He got a dope setup. His name's Dave, and like it almost was like this make believe friend for a while. Like who is this guy, man? Like, how did y'all meet?
We're on the phone talking about like Trump and chicks, and next thing I know, here I'm like, hey, I'm gonna pack up the car and go out to California with Dave for a little bit. JT's like, what, you going out?
Look, dude,
yeah, Brian, I'm going to the gold mine, bro. I'm tired of panning these streams.
Brian started off making that jewelry right out back here. I got all the burn marks in the concrete to prove it.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's, I just really appreciate having you here and starting to slowly, get into some of this country rebel rap stuff. I'm a metalhead, but I'm starting to really enjoy your guys' music and just seeing what you guys are doing and bringing to your fans. It's like, it's really cool to see the growth and the things that you're up to this year. And I'm really looking forward to a banner year for you guys. This is a breakout year for you, no question.
Well, man, it's been a journey, dude. It really has. And it's guys like you that come into our life, and I say our like Long Cut's journey, and inspire and motivate and kind of redirect. And people are put into our life for a reason, man. And we've seen that throughout the last handful of years. And having you on the team and part of, my own personal growth as well, man. I mean, you dove in to Long Cut and really wanted to make some adjustments for us to be able to be ready for that next level. And I just appreciate your authenticity with us, your honesty, and it really has made some huge impacts having you, standing behind us, brother.
Yeah, well, one of the things that you said about the journey, and I can kind of take my own life experience into this, is that there's never been a minute in my life that I've been chasing my dream. Like people say, oh, it's so cool that you're chasing your dream and all that stuff. But no, I'm not chasing my dream. I'm actually living my dream. And therefore, when things don't go the way that you want them to or hope they do, you start to realize that living the dream includes the good and the bad. So there, for the first 17 months that we were at this gold mine, so me and my partner from Australia, Tony, we bought this thing. 5 weeks after we got here, we did find a fairly nice piece of gold worth about 30 grand. And then we didn't find a single piece of gold for 17 months, not a single piece. And to run a gold mine is pretty damn expensive. And I remember Tony, I talked to Tony in Australia a lot, and he said to me one day, he said, well, when are we going to hang it up? I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, 17 months without gold. I said, I'm not going anywhere, man. Like I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. And with you guys, it's kind of like, I know that you guys have each dipped your toes into a couple other things, and there's other things that are important to you, like JT, your family, your wife and family, and Brian, you're making jewelry and things like that. But when your passion really is driven by the thing that you're really out to accomplish in life and have success in, you might do a couple of sideways things, but ultimately, between the two of you, your passion is Long Cut. Your passion isn't even Long Cut, it's your fans. And that you get to go and be with your fans, and you get to tour again this year, and you're releasing new songs, and now you started these podcasts, which are, you know, bringing your fans together. Like your family is just exponentially growing, and I'm just so thrilled to see that you guys are also living your dream. See, there's the journey, but there's everything that goes with it, and those times where it doesn't work out, or you kind of have a hard day, like when you're realizing that you are actually living your dream, not chasing it. It just has your successes come in ways that you wouldn't imagine otherwise.
100%.
That's been one thing for me, man. You know, when I first got out here, I was kind of going through, you know, you and I talked on the phone. I was going through this, you know, worrying about money and worrying about when we're going to be out playing shows again and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I know a lot of people on here may not know who you are, and this is their first time meeting you. And, you know, you have such a cool story and such cool life experience. And, you know, you've gone from that little boy in British Columbia, pan and gold with your dad, to a world-renowned gold guy, not only one of the largest companies in the world when it comes to gold sales, but also, you know, a recognizable face, you know, on multiple continents, and one of the largest, if not the largest, specialty, you know, world-class gold specimen dealer in the world. You have all these amazing kind of buckets in your life, but also you're a coach, and you're an amazing coach. I've sat in on many of your coaching sessions, and you know, I love watching you talk, dude, because even, you know, a lot of that experience that you bring from the coaching side and the perspective and your real grasp what reality even is, you know, it comes out when you speak your perspective, and that's part of what helped me so much coming out here, was being able to kind of, you know, go through a lot of that growth, and having somebody kind of to lean on when it comes to, you know, life experience and perspective has been huge for me. So I'm very appreciative to have you in my life, and the experience that you bring, not only in the gold game, but also just as a man in life in general, has been, you know, very next level for me, dude, for real.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the hell out of you. And, you know, part of that comes from, you know, one of the jokes I use when people say, well, do you have any kids? I always tell everyone, no, I'm too young to have kids. Right. But my dad really was my hero and my mentor, and he really instilled a lot of the life values that I have. So for me to, you know, be the coach that I am, and in the respects that I am, it's just my way of paying forward what my dad brought for me, and or gave to me, and the life he gave. And it's just my way of giving back what, you know, my dad gave. And it was really cool. You know, my dad passed away a couple of years ago, but he was able to see, you know, me buy this mine, and of course, you know, chase gold my whole life and be in this industry. And, you know, there was just every Saturday when I went down into the cut, we were mining on the surface, finding a lot of gold. He would be the first guy I called, you know, when we found a piece. And so you know, like, my successes are only as successful as the people around me are successful. So, you know, the coaching is really a way to play into that and have people be successful, and just really the satisfaction that I get from being able to pay that forward.
Right.
That's dope, dude. So I got a question. I'm not living on a gold mine. I don't do what y'all do every day. I don't know a whole lot about the industry. What I do know, and I bet some of our viewers are thinking it, like, is this kind of like those TV shows? And then we ask ourselves, are those TV shows even real? You know what I'm saying? So, like, what is it relatable? So if I'm watching Netflix and I watch a gold mining series, and it's like they're blowing up stuff. I mean, you guys are using explosives, and I mean, you guys are doing what's on these shows, right?
Well, yeah, most of the shows, I haven't seen them. Like, people have asked me about these TV shows, and it's funny because I've never actually seen them. I don't watch TV. It's been probably 15 years since I watched TV. I'm too busy living life. But the ones that I do know are out there, and I've heard about them and seen pictures and people talking about them. Most of them are what's called placer mining, which means that they're using excavators and water, and they're running their material, large amounts of material, through a trommel in a sluice box, and then they get nuggets out of it. That's one type of mining. That's placer mining. And then there's hard rock mining, which is what I do. So the gold mine is 180 feet deep, and we get into it by going up and down ladders. You actually have to haul your ass up and haul your ass down, going down is not quite so bad. Ask Brian how hard it is to come up.
I'm way too big for this shit, bro. Coming
Bro,
up,
he's
I
folding.
get stuck in the crevices. We'll be down in the mountain. I'm like trying to wiggle through the cracks in the rock. I'm climbing up 180 feet of ladders. Like, God, my big ass got to go on a diet, son. Shit.
So, yeah, JT, we use explosives underground. We drill and blast. We follow. There's a geological structure called the dike, and what we're doing is we're following that geological structure because that's where the gold is, and then we drill and blast, and we use metal detectors.
So that kind of leads into the next question that Tyler asked is, what to look for when, you're interested in purchasing or buying, a gold mine, a claim. He says, I don't know that term, but you're saying something about there's a valley, a gold valley to follow.
Well, yeah. So Tyler, I'll just address you directly on this one. The first thing now, the way this gold mine came to us was just really an interesting story because typically any of the good gold properties never come up for sale. So the first question you want to ask when looking at a claim is, why is the person that have it selling it? And most of the time it's going to be because either it's been mined out really hard and there's not a lot left, or they have some kind of a speculative thing. Now, with this gold mine, it's a little different. The guy that bought this mine, his name was Lance Barker. He bought it 20 years ago. It was his retirement gift to himself because this type of gold mine is feast or famine. You either find big pockets or you find nothing. There's no small pieces of gold in between. In fact, yesterday was the first time we found gold in 22 months. Wow. March 4th, 2020, we found some massive pockets of gold, which covers expenses for many years to come. And then we found nothing for 22 years until yesterday. Yesterday was first day, and it was very satisfying. In fact, I'm going to edit that video in the next day or two and post it on my YouTube channel. But the thing to look for, one, the history of the mine, and two, whether it's easily accessible, whether you can get permits for it or not. And then third, like, why is the person that's selling it? I told Brian this yesterday. To be successful in the gold mining industry, I think is a little harder than even becoming the next AC/DC in the rock world. It's something that takes a lot of, one, you got to have working capital, equipment, knowledge. There's a lot of that involved. But the way we got this mine was Lance bought this mine 20 years ago for himself as a retirement gift. He made a lot of money in the mining industry, and he was coming down from Colorado. He lives up near Colorado or Denver, and he would come down and work the mine for anywhere from 3 to 6 months, and then he would go home. Well, one of the trips back home, Cripple Creek, which is one of the biggest gold mining districts in the world, there became a private property available to him to mine next door to this massive gold outcropping. So he wound up getting involved with that, and that became a full-time job for him again. Even though he was retired, he just really couldn't he couldn't pass up the opportunity. So he mentioned to Tony, my partner, he said, hey, do you know anybody who wants to buy the Colorado Quartz mine, which happens to be in California? And Tony called me, and we came and looked at it, and we made a deal. And really the only reason we got this is because Lance became unretired because of another property. So, I guess the thing to look at, Tyler, to address your question directly is, like, what are you hoping to accomplish if you buy a claim? Is it something that you want to just go recreational prospecting periodically and find gold, or is it something that you hope to make money at by, gearing up and running a gold mine, having all the equipment and stuff? And if the answer to the question is that you just want to be able to go somewhere and try and find gold on a weekend, or take the family somewhere, or camp or whatever, then I just highly recommend joining the GPAA. They have claims all over the United States that you can, once you're a member for, like, I think it's 120, you can go prospect on any of the claims that they own in your area. If it's something that you want to do because you want to try and make a living at it, you want to be talking to people that are in the industry for a long time. You want to have someone help you test the property and see how feasible it is, because most of these gold mines are not something that you're going to make money at. In fact, I financed 2 other gold mines, and they're, one's in Alaska, one's in Idaho. They're both in really good gold areas. And even being in a good gold area with D8 cats, 2 excavators, 4 haul trucks, and plants that'll run 250 yards of gravel per hour, they're just barely making it. So it's a tough gig for sure.
All right. Well, what's
But
the
if you're
biggest?
passionate, if you're passionate about it, jump in, man.
Well, I think Tyler just wants to buy shit. Tyler
Yeah.
just likes to buy shit. That's all he likes to do. Josh asks, "What's the biggest nugget that you've ever found?"
The biggest one I personally found, it was called the Moose, and it was found on March 4th, 2020. I've got some pictures of it on my YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all that. But it was 18 ounces of crystallized gold. So I sold it just last week in Tucson. We were there for the big show. It was a monster piece of killer gold. And now that I've actually sold that piece, I can now put out the videos on my YouTube channel of me finding it and holding it for the first time. And that was something I hadn't done until I was going to sell the piece. So I've got a lot of videos of raw footage that show finding it and holding it in my hand for the first time, squealing like a little kid. And so that's the biggest one.
I'm not a good investor at all. But have you heard? Has Brian talked to you about the lifted Lamborghini idea?
He has not told me about the lifted Lamborghini idea.
I
guess I'm not special enough.
Yeah, man. Look, we have a song called Lifted Lambo, and ever since we released that song, it's been like probably one of the best investment ideas that I could ever think about is lifting a Lambo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, what are your thoughts on a lifted Lambo, man? Are you a sports car guy? Do you drive a truck? Would you lift a Lambo?
I drive a truck, but man, I really like the newest generation of Corvette. They're beautiful. I've rented Dodge Vipers before. I'm going to Las Vegas on the 26th of this month, and I'm actually going to go to the Las Vegas Speedway, and I'm going to rent a supercar for laps. You can rent a Lambo you can get 5 laps for $300.
So
and I'm going to do
what
that.
you're telling me is that a lifted Lambo is a good idea. That's what I'm hearing. You
I think
drive
it's
a
a great
truck,
idea.
but you rent sport cars.
Yeah, I
Lifted
think we
Lambo,
could
you know?
probably have fun up here because we have gravel roads up here everywhere. We got trails. We live 18 miles from Yosemite. We're surrounded by mountains where we would need something like that.
You know, that might be one of the best ways to go gold prospecting is just throwing your gear in a lifted Lamborghini and tearing
I
up
think
the mountain.
that's one of the best ways to attract a gold digger for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Get a $250,000 car and put $250,000 worth of aftermarket shit into it.
Yeah. 35s with a 4-inch lift kit, posi front and rear.
You know, speaking about how much gold is, Johnny asked, he's just curious. That's it. Just curious. Johnny wants to know how much is an ounce going for these days of gold.
Okay, so an ounce of gold is $1,860 right now. However, the type of gold that I'm mining for is not really related to the price of gold. So for example, the gold that we find is the rarest form on the planet. It's crystallized gold. So if you think about quartz, the white quartz rock, it's one of the most prevalent rocks on the planet. But then you actually get the clear crystallized forms of quartz crystals. And those quartz crystals are worth a lot more than just regular old white.
Because they're real old. Like, it's real old. Like,
well, they're old, but
the average guy doesn't understand how old this stuff is.
Yeah, billions of years old. And here's the other thing that most people don't understand, but gold wasn't created on this planet. It came in from supernova. Like, if you understand the solar system and nuclear fission and nuclear fusion and how stars actually create the elements out of hydrogen and helium, it takes us a star that's 100 times the size of our own star to have the pressures and nuclear fission to create the gold. And then when that star explodes, all that stuff goes flying out in outer space. And when this Earth was early on in its creation, when it was just a molten blob, it got bombarded by these meteorites that had gold in them from the supernovas that exploded. So it not only is it old, but it's not even of this Earth. And so then to kind of get back to the answer about the crystallized gold, I sold a 1/4 ounce that if I would have taken that rock that I found that had this gold crystal on it and melted it down, I would have got $400 for it because that was the price of gold at the time. It was $1,600 an ounce. But I sold that thing as a rare crystallized gold specimen for $125,000.
God damn. Do you tell them like, hey, this is billions of years old? Is that like
no,
a
the
good?
guy that bought it knew right away. Like I'm selling to
right.
people that, yeah,
Right.
like, yeah. And so I'm the first person to ever see that piece of gold. I'm the first person to ever touch that piece of gold.
So I'd buy like maybe $100 off you, and I'd want some of that. I like for you to tell me this is billions.
Well, here's the thing.
Like I like a crazy
everybody
story attached to it.
Wrap your head around this for a second. He said that was a 1/4 ounce piece of gold for $125,000. You do the math, folks. Do the math on that for a second. That means gold $1,800 an ounce, but that piece of gold is so valuable that extrapolate the math. That piece of gold sold for $500,000 an ounce.
I'm still tripping that it comes from space.
Yeah.
Like I'm a simple guy, right? And like that doesn't even like I hear what you're saying. But I can't even comprehend the fact that like you're a guy who sells a product that not even from this planet.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah,
we should have had Neil deGrasse Tyson on the podcast.
You blow up the earth. You climb down a ladder that God knows how unsafe that ladder is.
It's very safe. I've done it many times.
Well,
folks.
the
It's
ladder
very
I'm
safe.
picturing in my head is not safe.
JT, when you come out of the gold mine, you'll see how safe the ladder is.
Well, that's just a crazy thing to think about, is that that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Alien shit is going on.
It's totally alien shit. And
and this is why people think that the reason why aliens would ever come here, right? I mean, they get their fucking gold back.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's why they're here.
That's why they hollowed out the moon.
That's why Dave
I had some friends of mine staying here probably 5 or 6 months ago, and they said that one night they woke up and they swear to God there were aliens out. Like, and this guy is he's the soberest guy you're ever going to meet in your life. He's a family man, wife and 2 kids, and he said that he swears that he saw something out in our back little area.
He lied.
Wait. It's all coming together now. Check this out. I just realized something, Dave.
Yeah.
When you were gone at the gold show, Tim saw a UFO outside and he brought us out to see it. And he's like, look, I'm like, that's a star. He's like, no, it was racing all over the sky just a second ago. I was like, bro, it's a star. And finally I got tired of looking and came back in the house. Well, we've been watching a lot of American Horror Story, and I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a little bit of a twisted show, serial killer, ghosts and stuff. And so maybe I've been a little bit freaked out. I don't know, but every night going to bed, I hear something walking around or a door slamming or some shit going on here in the mine camp, in the house at the gold mine. Dude, I think there's aliens snooping around the mine, bro. They're trying to find the gold.
Well, here's the funny thing that you say about that, Brian, because like I haven't seen anything since I've been here. I have seen one UFO in my life like 30 years ago, but
that's because they know you got the 50 cal, dog. They ain't gonna fuck with you.
That's a fact. But no, I had a roommate for 17 months. She was the pay dirt bag filler before you were. And one weekend I went down to Mexico, and 3 o'clock in the morning, one Saturday morning, she sent me a message. She goes, dude, I just got to tell you, it's been fun, but peace out. I'm out of here. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, she left. She just left. And I was, I wasn't going to be home for another day and a half. So like, I can't get a hold of her, and I'm freaking out because I got the dogs and shit. So I cut my trip short. I hit the border right away, went and booked a flight to get home. And then finally I was able to get a hold of her, and she goes, I had to leave. I heard voices outside my room. And she said, I couldn't handle it anymore. She said, I've been hearing these voices for a while. So like I said, I've been here 4.5 years. I haven't seen or heard any of that stuff.
Well,
however,
let's just say that the aliens do abduct Brian, and they decide that they're gonna make they'll negotiate.
They better take his girlfriend too.
And they said, hey, JT, you're the decision maker. I love you, Dave. But if they said, hey man, we'll take Dave for exchange for Brian, how much would you hate me forever?
No, fuck, I'm the first. I want first class ticket on that fucking spaceship.
If there's anything I know about Dave, if they say, Dave, you're coming on the spaceship whether you like it or not, right? Alien's face and be like, hey, can you tell me how big alien titties are?
Well, I've been on the road. I've been on the
Alien
road with
titties,
Brian.
hang on. I'm grabbing my metal detector, my 50 cal, and my dog. I'm coming. Hang on. Give me 2 minutes.
Show
Well,
me
I've been
some
on the
alien
road.
titties.
Brian's not. They would return Brian within about 96 hours. They would take off. They'd be halfway to Mars.
You're giving him way too much credit, man. He'd be out of there in 9 hours.
Yeah.
Bro, all those little alien MREs that they probably got, Brian,
sniff 'em out.
all the Jello packs, all that shit be gone.
They ain't even gonna be able to fit me on the spaceship. Though. How am I gonna get through the door? Oh God.
Oh
Yeah,
that's so
he'd be
funny.
crawling around on his hands and knees, man.
That's
Dude.
so. Are you putting a size to these aliens? Like, what? How big do you think these aliens are? I mean, 'cause here's the thing: if we got a whole bunch of their gold, I mean, they coming down here with intentions to get it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They better be big.
Yeah, they're little guys. They're, like Jeremy said, these two that they saw were about 4 feet tall.
So they saw the aliens.
Yeah.
So
swears
Dave,
up
let
and
me
down.
ask you
And-
this: do you believe in the Anunnaki? And do you
What?
believe the
Oh, are you
Anunnaki
fucking
came
kidding?
here
Why do you think
for
they-
gold?
Why do you think I'm going to Egypt in September? It's specifically because of the Anunnaki.
I told
Like,
you I
I'm going
wanted to
to
go with
explain-
you to Egypt.
Explain
Dad.
this before we move forward. What are we talking about? What is this?
So 12,900 years ago, there was this thing called the Younger Dryas Cataclysm. And there's lots of scientific evidence and geological evidence for it. And what it was is a comet hit the planet when we were in our ice age. And it created these massive floods because it hit in northern Canada. And it instantly vaporized all of the ice caps that were covering the planet during the ice age. And it caused these massive floods all over the world. It was just it's the Younger Dryas Cataclysm. Look it up. And a lot of things went out at that time, Atlantis being one of them. But there's ancient technologies that are proven that we can't do it today. So for all your viewers, if you want to check out some shit that'll twist your mind around, look at 40,000 stone pots of Saqqara. And Saqqara is Saqqara. And they found 40,000 of these stone pots that were made before the Younger Dryas Cataclysm over 13,000 years ago. And they were made out of granite and andesite and all these diorite, all these super, super hard materials. And some of these pots are 3 and 4 feet tall, and they actually have turning marks on them. They actually have the centering marks where they actually centered these things up on a lathe or a milling machine or whatever it is and created these stone pots. And then you look at the sarcophagi and all of these huge monolithic blocks that they created were 1,500 tons. Or look up the unfinished.
Like talking about the pyramids.
Yeah, the unfinished obelisk is in the quarry that's 700 miles north of Egypt, where they were quarrying these massive stone, either monuments or monolithic blocks, and it looks like they were scooping the rock out with an ice cream cone. Like, the technologies don't exist to do what they say they did, but they said that they had technologies back in the day to soften rock. And if you're going to go down a freaking rabbit hole, I'm telling you right now, you're going to go down a freaking rabbit hole if you jump into this. So, they say the pyramids are about 4,500 years old, but there's new theories that the pyramids were created way, 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 way before that, with some technologies that we don't know about. They've never found any of the tooling that you can see the tooling marks for. Some of these saws were over 16 feet in diameter to cut these stones. And there's no evidence of any of the tools anywhere. The stones exist, but none of the technologies on how they created this stuff exists. And it's just like, I was in construction for 25 years before I got into, full-time gold. We can't duplicate what they did back then. So Younger Dryas, the stone pots of Saqqara, and those are the two things that'll start you down a rabbit hole that you never come back from.
Well,
So
I have a question real quick. That there's a lot of gold up in Egypt. I mean, like they got like cups made of gold, crowns, jewelry, but they also have
his whole head was made of gold.
Right. Like when they die, they're like wrapped with all their, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of gold. So all of that gold, that weird, those gold dogs that are shaped like humans with the nose and the hood, and they're made out of gold, and they look like this,
They're jackals. They're jackals, and
golden
they're
jackals.
Anubis's army.
So like originally a golden jackal came originally from outer space.
Most likely.
Originally.
Yeah.
So
Not
my question
most,
is all like there's not okay. So my question is that if all that gold is over there doing that, and we're still finding gold right now, when does it run out? Does gold just stop finding it?
Well, no. The major problem with the gold that it does exist on the earth. So the theory is that only 5% of all the gold that is discoverable on the earth's crust has been discovered. And because gold is 19.3 times heavier than water, it's really heavy. So it's really down deep. So for example, we live above the Central Valley of California, and there was massive gold rushes here, but you got to realize the mountains that we're on now were 3,000 feet higher at one time, and gold was all throughout those whole things. And as that eroded and went down into the valley, it got covered over by thousands of feet of, soil and erosion.
Well, you don't want to dig. You don't want to dig too deep.
Yeah, you can't. It's not profitable to dig that deep. The other part of it is that most of the gold that's on this planet right now is dissolved in the seawater, in the oceans, and
that sounds easy.
Yeah, well, it's not possible to actually extract it from seawater efficiently. It takes more to than it does to the value of the gold. And then, being that gold bombarded this planet when it was a molten rock, most of it is still down in the Earth's core or just outside of the Earth's core, and it will come up eventually, but in billions of years. So in our lifetime, we're not going to see new gold. However, there is gold that has not been yet discovered in areas that we can discover it, that we just have to expose. For example, some guys that I know up Northern California, they found a lost ledge of gold, and I've been buying it from them and stuff. So it was just something that was missed by the old timers. And so there is gold out there. And
yeah, because I didn't even think about like all the generations in between, like us talking right now and the Egyptian time era, like you're saying, all those thousands of years ago, and all the gold stories in between. I mean, there's like a lot of people looking for gold, but if only 5% has been found, there's like, it's like some hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing too, right? Of the 5% of the gold that's been found on the planet, only 5% of that 5% is visible to the naked eye. Most of the gold that gets mined by large mining companies is what's called finely disseminated gold, and it's microscopic in tons of rock. So the large mining companies, they'll blast massive, mountains down, and they'll load them into the biggest mining trucks you can see. They'll take them into a plant. They'll crush it up into the fineness of flour, like they crush it in ball mills. And then they use cyanide or other leaching agents to extract this microscopic gold out of the crushed up rock. And then they put the crushed up rock back. So most of it's invisible. So when you see a piece of gold, it's rare. In fact, gold is so rare that a 1 ounce gold nugget is more rare in nature than a 5-carat diamond.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. We got a question from Curtis. I guess he's down in Georgia.
Yeah, there's gold down in Georgia. I see that. Yeah, there's gold in Georgia for sure. Dahlonega, Georgia was one of the earliest gold rushes in the United States history, and there is still gold in the area. There's a place called the Crisson Gold Mine. They're down there. They have mine tours, and you can pan for gold at Crisson, and it's Crisson. So they're a real good company. They do a lot of similar stuff to I do, but there are other areas in Georgia where you can go out and prospect on, public lands like Forest Service land or BLM land.
Speaking of, Curtis, all of that came from Dahlonega, Georgia.
Is that where you ran off to?
If you want to go find gold in Georgia,
I'll be right back.
Yahula Creek. This is all your Yahula Creek gold. Dahlonega, Georgia has has gold, and that is where they got a couple gold mines there. They are old original gold rush mines. There was a gold rush to North Carolina and Georgia long before, well, 20 years before the California gold rush. And so if you are in that area, South Carolina, from Spartanville or Spartanburg, whatever it's called, all the way down, there's a gold belt that stretches. It runs right through the center of North Georgia up into South Carolina and eastern North Carolina. That's where there is nice chunky gold around there, but there's also some old mines like the Crescent mine, Finley Ridge, and at Yahula Creek runs right in between the Crescent mine and the Finley Ridge mine, and they ran old stamp mills there. And I don't know if you know what that is, but what it does is they shovel the quartz rock into the mill. Son of a bitch. They shovel the quartz rock into the mill. The mill stamps the rock and crushes it. And so what would happen is, as it would flow out, they would have these mercury plates, that copper plates covered in mercury. That's how they would catch a lot of the gold. But a lot of times, some of the bigger chunks of gold, as it would wash out, some of the flat pieces would get washed out and go down the hill and end up in Yahula Creek. So there is nice chunky gold still in Yahula Creek. It's harder to find. Most of it's still really small flour gold, but there are some good pieces in Yahula Creek that I can personally vouch for. That's what
I thought I might as well grab a piece of gold and show you guys what real gold looks like.
Go ahead, one up me.
Oh, I'm not. It's not one up. And so this is a piece of California gold. It's in the rock still. This is a form of crystallized gold. And this rock, you couldn't see much of the gold on it when I got it. And I started to do, on my YouTube channel, I show a lot of videos on how I actually start to expose the gold. But this is all crystals. But the piece I want to show you, when I talk about crystallized gold, a lot of times you can't really put that in your head and realize or imagine that. So I've called this piece of gold the Van Halen. And it's because it actually looks like the V on the Van Halen, but this is crystallized gold. And that's natural.
And that's a Lamborghini. Wow, that's badass.
Dude, that's crazy. And that's billions of years old.
Billions of years old, yep. And it formed geologically in just the right type of environment to form crystals. Crystals are the rarest form of gold. And it's what I'm here at the mine for. Like, I'm here to find either nothing or the most significant piece of gold ever discovered in the history of mankind. That's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. And I will find it.
Yeah.
I hope I'm here to participate and help you find it, buddy, because this has been a cool experience.
I won't tell you if I find it.
Whatever.
Kidding.
Whatever. You can't even keep track of the gold you got, Dave.
That's fact. I got a 4-ounce piece. I got a 4-ounce piece floating around here somewhere. I hid it, and I can't remember where I hid it.
Since I've lived out here, I've probably swept $20,000 worth of gold up off your floor.
That's a fact too.
I got videos to prove it.
Yeah. Anyways, while JT's off, one of the things that I did for your viewers and for the fans and stuff is you talked about that we have something special for everyone. So what I did is I went onto the goldbay.com website and I created a coupon code for anybody that wants to, see what gold panning's about or try out gold panning and experience that. I created a coupon code and it's long cut 5, all one word, no spaces. So long cut 5 gets you 5% off of anything you order. And one of the things about my pay dirt bags is that it's a bag of dirt that we put gold in. We know how much gold is in there. You can buy a 1 gram bag minimum. You're going to get a guaranteed 1 gram of gold. And here's the thing that sets me apart from everyone else. I've been doing this since 1999. If you purchase something from me and you're not 100% satisfied for any reason, I don't care why. You just might want to experience it and then not have put out the $65 or whatever it is. I'll give you a full refund, including your shipping. And I've been doing this for 23 years online, and I've done like 4 or 5 refunds in the 23 or 24 years. It's just like, I want people to experience this and get fair value for the money. So I give people a product that they don't want to return.
So, I know you have a great reputation. I know everybody who's into this sort of thing knows you. Sorry, somebody keeps trying to call me, but I know people who know gold know you. And so we appreciate it. We're super excited that you are giving this promo code out to our fans. It's super dope. We hope that our fans will check it out, try it out. If y'all are interested, he's got learners pay dirt where you get a gold pan with the gold. You can buy chunky gold, or you can buy, I mean, if you're looking for gold, if you're looking at pan gold, buy gold, Dave's got the gold. So the code is long cut 5. Is there any capitals in that, or is it all lowercase?
No, it doesn't matter. And
Doesn't matter.
here's another thing that I think you guys should do. I'm just going to throw out this idea. I think when you guys go on tour, like you guys usually play a set, right? Or whatever, but then you're out there meeting your fans and stuff. Here's what I think you should do. I think you guys need to create I'm going to call it a gold panning zone, but it's going to be like a wet t-shirt / gold panning zone. And I think you should have your customers at your shows, take gold pans and stuff with you, and just have people be able to, buy a scoop of dirt for $5 or something and just try it out and meet you guys and see for themselves, like, what is this gold panning all about? Because, some people, it's like, oh, is that all there is? But then there's just an experience that you can't put into words. Like when you see gold in the bottom of your pan, it just does something to you that you can't explain. And not everybody, but, people meet you guys for $5, get a little bit of gold to take home from your show, and they'll never forget that.
Right.
I as a creator, and as you were talking, I was like already kind of seeing the environment, the vibe, and then you got to start asking yourself, what are these people listening to? You know what I'm saying? And how cool would it be to be able to create, just something? I'm not saying a song, maybe a cool video, just a memory that we can capture from this experience, because that's something that when we look back into our file of videos and photos, we reminisce on. And I'm just so thankful that we have like footage to catch, and I would love to be able to have something happen like that where, we do have, people that can come out and hang out and be able to experience that. And now I have a 2-year-old child, is this a place that I can bring, a 2-year-old and have her hang out as well? Or is it just like adults only?
No, well, yeah. So, like, you mean to the gold mine or to a panning zone that you guys are offering?
Like a panning zone, that like a hangout area, a barbecue, a pan area, like a meet and greet, vibe with long cut.
Yeah, and so for younger kids, they're not much interested in like the gold per se. Like there's very few like shiny things, right? So the other thing that I do is I have customers that will tell me, hey, this is for my kids. They're 9 years old or 8 years old or whatever. And I have a whole bunch of different types of colored rocks and gemstones and stuff that I can create these little shiny bags that are really inexpensive. You put tourmalines and sapphires and garnets and little Herkimer diamonds, which is a quartz crystal.
That's cool.
That stuff in there. And when kids find that stuff, like that's the stuff that just, there's something about, panning this down and seeing all of these colors in the bottom of the pan. Kids love it. And if you can get one kid interested, even at your shows or wherever, in doing something with their hands besides being on their phone, and it's just to see the smile on their face and the excitement, and it just really is a cool experience to see a kid see something that they've never seen before.
This is what I was just thinking. Like, let's say this kid, he might not even be born yet, but let's say he's out there or he's coming. He's on his way.
Yeah.
What is like the future of gold mining? Like, think about this. Instead of digging down, what if we went out into space and caught it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are meteorites that are solid gold. They know that from some of the. I'm really into the night sky too. Like I'm deeply involved in. Like I've got a killer microscope here at the mine, or not microscope, telescope. I've got a 60-foot observation tower on my property. Go lay on top of that thing and look at the universe all the time. I've got pictures of the night sky because there's no light pollution up here and stuff. So I'm right into outer space too, right? And the James Webb telescope that just got launched, it's going to show us stuff that we've never seen before. But some of the earthbound telescopes, like, the Keck and all of these big telescopes, they've tracked asteroids, and because of the technology, they're able to tell what the composition of these things are. There are some that are solid gold flying around in outer space right now.
That's what I want, Dave. I want a solid gold asteroid.
Yeah.
That's what I
Let's
want.
get
And I
one.
want to wear it around my neck on a chain.
Okay, so we're not going to do the lifted Lamborghini. We're going to do the lifted Elon Musk rocket.
I'm down, and
Wait.
I'm the what's that title called?
Spaceship Superstar. That's a song by Prism. You're the spaceship superstar.
Yeah, but when it comes to the lifted Lambo, that that's like my final decision, and so I can go ahead right now and give you the go ahead on the lifted spaceship to go find gold. So now my question is like, is that possible though? I mean, we can talk about it, but why is that not possible? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, for sure. There will be a time where the technology is lined up with an asteroid being close enough that they can go out and redirect it or capture it, harness it. Like there is technologies out there to move asteroids. They do have that.
And then now we'll really have space cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like guys out there roping asteroids mid-flight. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it'll be Bruce. I don't think it'll be Bruce Willis landing on it, but it, like you said, it's a kid that's not yet born. Just like I wasn't born when,
Billy the Kid was
he owning this gold mine. Yeah. So yeah, for sure. Looks, and the thing is, there's still more gold on this planet to be found than's ever been found. And there are new discoveries. Like in Brazil 2 years ago, for example, there was a massive crystallized gold pocket found, and it produced a lot of really killer gold. And it does show up. So when you start to realize the size of this planet and the amount of exploration that's not yet been done with technology that we have now compared to 150 years ago during the gold rushes, that's what's actually having some of this stuff get found. There's some really new technology. There's satellites that are doing, scanning the surface of the earth for the anomalies or the geological structures that do produce gold. And yeah, the history of gold mining is rich. Like, think about this. How long has gold been popular?
Well, kings and queens been having it forever.
Exactly.
The Egyptians.
It's not a passing fad.
No. Hell.
I caught, you don't know this, Dave. I caught a gold asteroid. One fell from the sky 2 nights ago, and I caught it. You want to see it?
I do.
Bro, you caught another asteroid out in Maine.
What?
What in the?
If it landed here on the mine, then that's mine, not yours.
No, finders keepers. Look at this bad biscuit.
What is that? That ain't gold.
That's a gold nugget.
That ain't gold.
It's a 1,680 gram Australian gold nugget. So Brian's lying a little bit, but he's fondling mine. So he's fondling my nuggets, so I'm okay with it because he fondles it great.
This gold right here will buy you an island covered in Lamborghinis, son.
Bro, so that fell out of space like a couple of days ago?
No, like a billion years ago.
Okay,
over a billion years.
Okay, my bad.
That was found in Australia.
Oh, okay. So okay, that's where Brian's lying. Okay, I got you. But
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want gold, goldbay.com is the place. And if you use code LONGCUT5, you get a 5% discount, baby.
Dude, you sound like one of those fucking cheap, cheesy TV commercial home shopping.
Billy Mays here for
wait, there's more.
Yeah.
But Brian, you
ShamWow. You get a free ShamWow with every gold nugget.
Yep. You get a nugget and you get a nugget. Damn, son.
I want the ShamWow, dude.
Get you a ShamWow, bro. Get you a ShamWow. You're gonna need it.
Well, I'm excited, man. I am. I think that it's cool to learn about this stuff too. Thank you for sharing like this stuff. The thing is that like we don't even think about it. I mean, we don't even think about it. When you go and you buy something that's gold, like maybe a set of earrings or a ring or something like that, you don't even take the second. Who the fuck is calling me now?
Let's kill him, bro. Check this out. This also fell from space. You know what this is?
I do.
Dave gave
That's an arrowhead.
Dave gave this to me. You know what that is? That's a meteorite, bro.
That's a meteorite from Campo de Campo de Cielo. It's a very famous meteorite find. And here's something about meteor/meteorite, something that people don't know. So Brian was holding a meteorite. Brian was holding a meteorite from the Campo Fall is what it's called. But a meteorite doesn't become a meteorite until it hits the ground. So when you see a shooting star, that's a meteor, and that's a space rock that's coming through our atmosphere. They hit the ground, and some of them are big, some of them are small, some of them fragment into billions of pieces. When they hit our atmosphere, they just fracture from the burning up in the atmosphere. So when it's flying through the sky, it's a meteor. When it hits the ground, it's a meteorite. And every day, this planet increases its mass. So the meteors that are hitting the ground every single day, most of them are the size of a grain of sand, but over 200,000 pounds of meteorites hit the ground every day, mostly the size of a grain of sand.
That's
So
a lot
every day,
gravel.
it's crazy shit when you start thinking about it.
I want to show you guys one more. Dave
So
and I
how's that
found
not
this one
hit? How's
together.
that not
Hold on,
hitting
Jay.
people? My
Look at
bad,
this.
dog.
Can you see the gold shining right there?
Let me see. Oh yeah.
We found this one together. This is the first underground piece of gold that I ever participate in finding, and Dave was a gentleman and allowed me to keep it. So thanks for this, Dave. This is super badass.
You got it.
This is my most prized piece of gold.
And you know, I said at the beginning of the show, we haven't found gold for 22 months. We did find those 4 little pieces, the one that I gave Brian that day, but for me, that don't count as finding gold. Yesterday counted as finding gold. Here's the one we found yesterday.
Look at that thing. It's so beautiful. Looking at that up close under a microscope is amazing. It's beautiful.
Trip, dude.
It's all crystals.
And so we're about to find some bigger pieces. We're getting into a spot where we're going to be really good. This piece is super bright. It's small, but look at how shiny that is. And that's how it came out of the ground. That's exactly what it looked like coming out of the ground.
Isn't that so cool, man? I love it. I geek out for this shit. I love it, dude.
I was going to ask a question about something you just kind of said that was crazy, is about all of that. I call that debris. Where I come from, we call that debris, shrapnel.
Yeah.
So you're saying all that's falling out of the sky. It's like, is that landing on people? Like, do I have gold on me? You know what I'm saying?
Only one person in recorded history has ever been hit by a meteorite. And it was in the 40s and you know, she got a big bruise on her leg and stuff, but it's only been one documented case of being hit by one of those. You know, sometimes, like I said, when a small piece of sand hits the planet, like you don't even know about it. Most of it falls into the ocean.
So we're really not even occupying that much of the planet.
Yeah. You know, you want to talk about here's a mind-bending statistic for you, and I'm into statistics. I'm an encyclopedia of useless information.
I love it.
You know, they're talking about overpopulation. Did you know that every single person on this planet could live in the state of Alaska and have a 2,000 square foot piece of property?
Wow.
In Alaska.
Wait, one more time. Say that again.
Every single person on this planet
almost 8 billion
could live in the state of Alaska and have a 2,000 square foot plot of land of their own.
And 96% of them would freeze to death.
Correct. However, when you want to talk about overpopulation and the planet being, you know, like we're not enough food and all that, it's horse pucky. You can go do the math yourself, 7 billion, look up the acreage of Alaska, and you'll see that every person could have their own plot of land that's about 2,000 square feet.
Okay, so Tyler wants to know, I'm assuming he's talking about the 2 little crystals that you found yesterday, the one on the white rock, the little flat one, and the other one. He said, how much for that gold crystal? You got prices on those 2? Are they for sale or are they yours?
Those 2 I don't. I think he might be asking about the Van Halen one as well. The Van Halen one's not for sale. So
you greedy.
Yeah. And so I'm not putting a value on it just simply because it's not for sale. The quartz and gold one that this one here, I haven't got a price on it yet, but Tyler, since you're the first one to ask, and since we did find this one yesterday, and I know you've been buying from us, I'm going to say that you can have this one for $100.
Wow.
And if
Make
you
sure-
look at this,
Make
if
sure
you
you're
look-
using that promo code LongCut5.
if you look at this under the microscope, when you look at this under the microscope, it will blow your mind because this is a gold crystal. And if you look at it under a microscope, this video camera is not going to show it, but it looks like a topographic map. You can actually see the layers of gold that got deposited chemically, this piece of gold. So I see that you said it's done. So I'll get my bag filler to send that out to you tomorrow.
On it,
Hell
boss.
yeah. And again, use that promo code LongCut5.
That's already, that one's already
LongCut5.
discounted. I didn't.
He said no.
Tyler, it's yours.
Hell yeah,
That's
there you
cool,
go.
man.
Making deals, wheeling and dealing. Truth be told, though, folks, if you want gold, goldbay.com is the place to go. Goldbay.com is where the gold rush never ends. And if you use promo code LongCut5, you will get 5% off your order. Dave from Gold Bay is a world-renowned expert when it comes to all things gold, gold mining, gold sales, one of the largest gold dealers on the planet, one of the largest dealers, if not the largest dealer in world-class specimen crystallized gold. If you all are interested in anything he has to offer, please check out goldbay.com and use promo code LongCut5 when you check out. Dude, this has been so much fun.
I'm gonna up the ante just a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go.
And
Let's
so
do
here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up the ante a little bit. Anybody that uses that coupon code and purchases from Gold Bay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick back 5% to Long Cut to help you guys out with your tour and any type of stuff you want to do as far as your podcasting and shit like that. So in a roundabout way, becoming a sponsor of your podcast and just to, contribute to your guys' success and growth too. So we'll just keep track of how many dollars worth gets purchased on that. And I'll kick you guys back 5% towards you getting yourselves out in front of your fans and stuff like that. So
that's dope, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yep,
of course.
Amazing. That's the spot, folks. Goldbay.com. And you heard it from the gold digger's mouth. 5% is going to go to Long Cut. So use promo code LongCut5 when you make your purchase. He's over here willing and dealing. Tyler, I do want to say this. I know you just bought that piece of quartz. I've seen it with and without a microscope. Without a microscope, it's freaking beautiful. With a microscope, you can really see some crazy shit in there. It's super badass. You're gonna love it. I think that was a good call. Curtis, be sure you get down to Dahlonega and check out the gold down there. Dave, what else you got for these people?
You can pay me in crypto, by the way. I have a crypto checkout option. So I got your, I've been into crypto since 2012. I'm right there with you as far as gold or crypto, but it's good to have a little bit of both. So if I were you, I'm going to this is a gold dealer telling you his view on crypto is, I have very little cash. All of my money's in crypto or gold, and I'm starting to accumulate more crypto. So, either way is going to be good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy a bag of pay dirt for $65, so it's not going to break the bank. It's not going to dig into your crypto fund at all either. So
right.
Yeah.
Mike Hammer says gold records. You know it, boy. We working on it. And speaking of gold records, first things first, Mike, you're dope. I've seen your video work. You're great. I'm excited for the music video you did with Brandon to come out this Friday. Good years. We're going to be talking about that a little bit on the podcast on Friday, and we're excited to be shooting a music video with you, among other things. So thanks for joining us tonight. Before we get off here, I do want to mention once again, guys, we got shows coming up. We're playing March 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th in Colorado and Wyoming. Be sure you go to demonjones.com/tour to get tickets. We're playing March 26th in Elkhart, Indiana with Wade Jennings. We're playing April 23rd at Silverados in North Carolina with Demon Jones. And we are playing April 30th with Demon Jones and Dusty Lee out in Kentucky for that weekend with Demon and Savannah Dexter. So y'all go to demonjones.com/tour and get your tickets.
Hey, is the bottom of your hat? What's wrong with the
Yeah,
bottom
it is.
of your
It's
hat?
green. It's green, so it disappears in the green screen. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I was tripping out over
I
here.
know.
was
Isn't
like,
that cool though? I like it. I thought about taking it off, and then I was like, no, it's kind of cool the way it does that. It's almost
crazy.
like part of my
I'm gonna
head
have to get one of those.
Yeah, you got to do it, bro. I was thinking earlier. Check this out. I could get me like a green like some kind of green mask. Look at this shit. Isn't that wild?
You look alien.
Yeah.
Like a green suit.
Oh,
Your invisibility suit.
you can't see me. I'm not here.
I'm
We
gonna
got
come and
new
try-
merch coming too, guys. New merch is being ordered. So
Hey,
we
man,
got
I'm
dope new
excited
merch
about that.
designs coming up. You'll be able to get them at the shows. We're going to put them up on the website. It's going to be dope. So we're going to get all that shit squared away here shortly. The new song, Break It Down, featuring Clean, is available now on Spotify. Make sure you go to find Long Cut on Spotify, click the follow button, and add us to your playlist. Share this live. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Long Cut Official, and youtube.com/Long Cut, because tomorrow at 4 p.m. the new music video for Break It Down featuring Clean drops. We want y'all to see it. It's going to premiere. We're going to be in the premiere answering questions, talking, chit-chatting. So come join us, youtube.com/Long Cut. Set your reminder for the premiere at 4 p.m. tomorrow for Break It Down. And the Roads goes up for pre-order on March 11th. That's less than a month away. New music is coming, folks, so please do us a favor, get us added on Spotify, and get ready, because we're about to change the game a little bit, I believe, with this new music. Once again, Dave, my good friend, my roommate, we're hanging out at his gold mine here in California. Dave, he has hooked us up with a promo code LongCut5. If you go to goldbay.com and enter code LongCut5, you save 5% and Longcut gets 5%. So do it. If you want to buy gold pay dirt, if you're interested in gold nuggets, goldbay.com, where the gold rush never ends.
I recommend somebody buying that $200,000 one. That's what I recommend.
The Meteor? Nobody's
The
buying my
Meteor.
asteroid nugget.
The lifted, so we can get that lifted Lambo.
Yeah, get it. Y'all go spend $1 million on goldbay.com and use code gold or LongCut5. LongCut5 on goldbay.com. Hey, Dave, what do we got to do to get you on here for another hour? Maybe we could get you on here. You could do a display, show off some gold. We can talk some more gold here maybe in the next few weeks to a month. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll just schedule it and see. You know, I've got a lot of gold shows coming up. I've got all of the GPAA shows coming up. I'll actually be in Puyallup, Washington. I'll be in Portland, Oregon. I'll be in Phoenix in a month. So the first show is in Phoenix. I've got one in Pomona. I got one in Columbus, Georgia, and somewhere in North Carolina. I don't know where, right now. But yeah, I'm traveling around a bunch, and, the gold shows specifically. So anybody that's interested in any of the gold shows, you can just go to the GPAA website and see where we're.
Well, I'm definitely going to get on YouTube and look up some of this stuff and go down that rabbit hole that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's a trip, man. And I would love to get you back on here and talk about some of the shit that I discovered, because I think I'm going to find out some things I'm going to have some questions about. And that's where I'm really interested in. I know everybody finds their own interest in gold. Maybe when it's fine, they go through that pay dirt and they find those nuggets. For me, it's just the crazy story and the journey of how it got here.
Right.
Yep.
And I would love to find out more about that too, man. Thank you so much for hopping on here tonight.
It's been a blast. Thanks for having me. I'm glad you hacked me out of what I was watching earlier. I was getting nothing done.
Well, there it is, team. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Once again, goldbay.com. Use the promo code LongCut5. Follow us on Spotify. Head to YouTube, youtube.com/LongCut. And get yourself set for the premiere. Music video drops tomorrow at 4 p.m. Turn on the reminder. Let's go. Long Cut, baby.
That's where I'm supposed to fade out to the exit.
I'm going to go pee. Later, y'all.
Peace.
Break it down, roll it, gas it, blow it. Break it down, roll it, gas it, blow it. Break it down, roll it, gas it, blow it. Break it down, roll it. Long cut, y'all, where we know how to make our own alcohol. We say y'all, with a NASCAR race and a case of Palm Mall. Y'all, where the dogs got a red clay all up in their paws. Y'all. we say, y'all.
We from the other side, another type of southern rise, bound to the summertime, y'all. Oversized and televised, difficult to summarize. Ain't nothing about this kid here is small, y'all. Coming through with the draw, y'all. Chattahoochee with the cutie in a chow, y'all. Booty scooty with the watermelon crawl, y'all. Super duty, super soaker, shooting chipper walls. Might be the liquor, y'all. Gives me a thicker, y'all. It's the cause for